You tell me time and again. Hi, you guys. It's Amanda, Intuitive Nutrition and Energy Coach. How are ya? As you're bopping on, say hello. I'm just going to do a quick check that we are check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, check. Good. And share this. Hey, Cherie, how are you? Thanks for joining. Just going to go ahead and share this with my group, and then we'll get right into things. How are you guys doing today? Let me know in the comments. Okay. All right, let's get bopping. Let's get hopping and bopping. I have a friend who used to say that. Thanks for joining. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to take a deep breath before I do this because it's one of those moments. Okay, let me just, okay, that's fine. And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. One of my favorite quotes that we use in all my programs, actually, from Anais Nin, if that's how you say her name. And it's one of those days for me. It's one of those days for me. So, I had someone tell me recently that I was playing down what I do. And actually, I had several someones tell me, like, not that anyone's counting, but like 5 in a row, because I really needed to get the message. And I was a little bit indignant because I was like, you know, I thought I kind of came out in January. I started calling myself intuitive. Hey, Peterson Family Foundation. Hey, Jeff, how are you? It's great that you could catch me live. As you guys are jumping on, say hi. So I had someone tell me recently I totally played down what I do. And actually I had like 5 people tell me this. And I was a little bit indignant, and I was like, what do you mean? I talk about what I do all the time. I feel like I'm, you know, on all sorts of mediums all the time talking about what I do. And I thought when I came out in January calling myself, you know, going from holistic health coach to an intuitive nutrition coach, that was a big deal. And I was right? Part of me had come out in really huge ways, and I felt like I was out. And so like I was right about that. I was out, but they were right too. I totally have been playing down what I do. And so, and so I want to really step into that. I want to really say it loud and proud and step into it, because I think there's why I do this. I'm not sure, but I have some guesses. I think it comes from, you know, our culturally accepted characteristic of humility, right? We admire the humble person. I also come from I have overpromise or underpromise and overdeliver. That's it. I have that mantra in my head, both from my corporate and my entrepreneur days. Like, you always want to underpromise and overdeliver, right? Like, surprise, hey, you're getting an intuitive reading. And of course, number 3, the ever-present fear of judgment. that we all carry around as humans, right? Like if I talk about this in a louder and prouder way, people are gonna think I'm like this woo-woo witch or something, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like I do not come from a background where like this sort of thing was present in my life or even very accepted. So that's my those are my ideas with why I had been kind of playing both sides, if you will, or kind of playing down, definitely playing down what I do. All of those 5 women were right, and they were also right that it is time to come out in bigger ways. And so it is that moment, it is that day for Amanda and Heisman Health when the day has come. Then to risk remaining in a tight bud is more painful than the risk it takes to blossom and be out there and in this way. So to say it very clearly, thanks Jeff, I appreciate your support. You should be proud of yourself and you inspire others like me. Aww, that hits me right in the heart. Thank you. Hi Jason, hi Tina, hi everyone who's joined who I can't see right now. Hey Diane. Yeah, so it's that moment for me. It's that moment of blossoming, and so I'm kind of just like hands up, surrendered, like throwing off the fear of judgment and saying it right now that it's undeniable, the way I've worked with folks in the last year. The reason my work is so powerful is it's a blend, it's a marriage, it's a blend of learned knowledge and training that I went through my formal education as a certified holistic health coach and an organic gardener, and the intuitive guidance that I receive, not only for myself, but for my clients. And my gift is to channel the needs of the nourishment body and to translate it into everyday language through foods and through recipes, right? So to take that information from the divine, from wherever it is coming from, and to translate it into our everyday normal language of, you know, eat your greens or whatever the case may be. But there's really specific ways that this happens. I turn it into recipes, I turn it into foods, colors, right? Herbs, based on my qualifications and based on what I know, like what I know works. And this is all super unique to your body and your energy. So there's a reason energy is in my title, kind of as a double entendre, if you will, because we work with your energy body. Like as we work with your energy body, your physical energy changes, right? And as we move the energy that's stuck in organs, things change in your life. Because one of the things I'm able to feel is the energy of the organs and how it's matching or not the energetic, the energetic center, the energy center, like their corresponding energy center within the body. So like yoga calls this the 7 chakras. They line up to the physical systems in the body, right? The endocrine system, all the systems, the digestive system. And one of the things I can feel when I'm working with people on the intuitive side is stuck emotions in organs, or if they're just not functioning to their highest potential or capacity. And then, like I said, translate that into a tangible, using my trained knowledge, right, my learned knowledge, translate that into a corresponding recommendation that makes sense, which is then just my offering an invitation to you guys as my clients and followers. So that's always an invitation. It's always an offering. It is never, it's a recommendation. It's an invitation for you to take or leave, to take what resonates and leave what does not, because you're obviously using your own intuition. But there are cases where perhaps I'm able to receive something, because I'm just a channel, that you might not be able to in that moment at that time. So, for example, one of the things that happened recently in one of my group programs was that this is in one of my cleanses. So for example, one of the ladies, I had just finished telling one lady, I'm trying to give you a good example here. I just finished telling one lady, Jean, hey Jean, I'm so happy to have you in the group. I'm glad you joined, and I'm excited to see what comes from it for you as well. Thanks for joining. So one of the ladies, so I just finished telling one woman, you need to eat red. Like, I felt red for her, and something's like, and it's gonna will not only support your base chakra, but they'll also support your kidneys. Like, your kidneys need a little cleansing. And then I went to the next woman, and I kept feeling kidneys. And I thought, that's weird, because this woman was new to me, and this woman I had known for a while, and I knew that we had to support her kidneys from prior work. And I was like, am I just like leftover feeling this woman's kidneys? And I really tuned in, and I was like, no, I have to tell her about her kidneys. I've not, like, this is the first program she was working with me, in a group setting nonetheless. It wasn't a private program, and I was like, I had a really strong feeling that I had to tell this woman about her kidneys. And so I did. And so I said, hey, so-and-so, just really feeling we need to support your kidneys in whatever way possible, lemon water, beets, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, you know, and I spieled off the kidney protocol and recommendations. And she said, okay. We went about the cleanse, you know, she had a great cleanse with me, and then she proceeded on her own, didn't tell me until a few weeks later, to do a kidney cleanse protocol in addition to what we had already done. And then she told me her results is that in that week, she released dozens and dozens of tiny little kidney stones that had been built up in her kidneys. Dozens. And it was like every day more, flushing out these kidney stones. And then she said something that really struck me. She put her hands, because we do this practice where we rub certain organs and energy centers, and kidneys are our kidneys. So if you follow traditional Chinese medicine at all, you know we can store certain emotions in our organs, right? So the liver is anger, and kidneys are fear. And kidneys are also where we store our ancestral energy. Spleen is worry. Like, we can go on and on about that. But she said, now after doing this cleanse, I put my hands on that spot where my kidneys are. You guys can't see, but imagine I'm putting my hands where my kidneys are. And she said, to the touch, it had always been hard, you know, as long as she could remember, touching her kidneys with her physical hands, just like that space, like that skin, right? It had always been hard. And she said, I touched that space, and it was soft to the touch, and my fingers sunk into my flesh, like as they should, right? Like, as it is kind of normal for a woman's middle, that soft space back there. And she's like, it's, you know, it definitely changed how I feel. And then on the emotional side, she proceeded to tell me a lot about different fears she had released, having to do with, you know, different traumas and stuff like that. So that's just one example of how my work works. And That's kind of an easier one to understand. Wow. Jeff gave me a wow face. My mom always used to do this. We're dorks in our family. Wow. Get it? W-O-W. So that's kind of an example of what I mean when I say intuitive nutrition and energy coach, of how I'm bringing together the two sides of things, however you want to say it, the yin and the yang, the masculine and the feminine, the left side, right side brain, the experiential and the learned, right? The spiritual and the physical, however you want to say it. And that's what healing is all about, says Jean. Yes, absolutely. So in my opinion, nutrition and intuition are like a match made in heaven. They go together perfectly. They complement each other perfectly in this sense. And I've been able to fill a real gap in the sense of a lot of times, like, we have kind of two worlds where maybe like we focus on the physical with a meal plan or a diet or something like that, which is, I'm not poo-pooing any of these things that I'm about to talk about. I'm just talking about the marriage of them. So we do that, and we focus maybe on like mindset and physical. So we focus on like mental and physical, and we don't do a whole lot of emotional or spiritual work. Or what I see like in the spiritual community, new age community, yoga community, whatever you want to call, healing community, sometimes I see folks focus over here on the spiritual and emotional, and they don't want to be in their bodies at all. Like, they don't want to ground it into the physical body. And so that's, I mean, when you bring it all together, it's just like, oh, it's amazing. You like my crazy sweater? These are the kind of sweaters we wear in Florida, guys. Okay, let me catch up with your comments. Ooh, not that. Haha. That's what healing is all about. Oh, I read that one. Yes, it is. Love the story. Thanks for sharing. You are so welcome. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. Well, we are what we eat, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So that is the story I wanted to tell you. I don't want this to go on too long, but I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart for joining. If you joined in the middle, definitely go back and watch the beginning, because there's good stuff all the way through. Yes, the psyche mirrors the body, and the body mirrors the psyche. Totally. As my friend Johanna and I like to say, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, four wheels on the car, all pointed the same direction. Wow, love this. Going to have to rewatch with Huddy later. Hubby? Awesome, Tina. Jeff says, well said, Amanda. Yeah. And that's not, I gave this big disclaimer in my intuitive eating class earlier. That's not, I'm not pushing a religion on anyone. I'm just recognizing the spiritual part of all of us that is universal, right? So you can have that with your religion or without. It just is what it is. Totally. Well, I appreciate all of you guys for joining. I got to jump on another call, but thank you so much for hearing me today, for witnessing this coming out again. And definitely let me know. I do have space for new clients. I am taking new clients right now in a private program. I work in 12-week Transform Your Energy programs. And if you want to know if you're a good fit for that, and if I'm a good fit for you, if you're a good fit for me, if we'd be a good team to work together, just schedule one session. I do single sessions. They're $177 for a 45-minute session, and I will drop the link in the comments or in the description to this live. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Mwah! Bye.